Guys, you're about to watch my interview with Nikki Stringfield. She's one of two guitarists in the band The Iron Maidens. The Iron Maidens are an all-female Iron Maiden cover band. The Iron Maidens came through town and Nikki was kind enough to sit down with me for a few minutes and explain to me how it is to become Dave Murray, which is her character in the band. How has that impacted her own guitar style? How has that translated into her solo music? She also told me about the moment when Paul DiAnno joined them on stage a few years ago and how valuable that is for them now that he has passed away. She explained me which songs of Iron Maiden that they play are the hardest ones to play and which one is the most fun to play. We also discussed her solo career and how that is impacted by being in the Iron Maidens, plus she told me the real truth about the rock and roll lifestyle. Thanks for meeting me, Nikki Stringfield, and sitting down with me, taking the time. How are you?
I'm amazing. We're in Prague for the first time ever, and we all got up early and went and explored the city. I think I've gone probably about 10 miles today.
Okay.
So yeah, ready to play a show. Might be one of my favorite tours so far.
Okay.
I mean, you know, last year it was a different experience. We toured with Accept, which was awesome. But this one, the crowds have been amazing. We're getting to hit some new places, and it's been great. It's been great, and this is our first year. We're sharing a tour bus with our opening band, Darkness Surrounding. So it's been a new experience, and they've been wonderful.
Okay.
It's been fun. It's been
That's
a lot of
great.
fun.
So yeah, playing in a band like this where you're basically covering other people's songs and you being Dave Murray, then
Yeah.
how is it to get into that character? I mean, what do you take from him other than just playing his songs? I mean, is there a playing technique? Is there a stage presence or something like that?
Yeah, I definitely, I've always been a Maiden fan. One of my first riffs was 2 Minutes to Midnight.
Oh.
So I've listened to them since I was very young. But my style was very different from Dave's playing. Like, I was more of a sweet picker. Like, I was into a little bit heavier stuff. So when I started playing with the Maidens, I really had to change up my playing style to emulate Dave, because he's so fluid with his legato. I mean, he's so fast. It's like his fingers just are not even moving with all the hammer-ons and pull-offs. So I totally had to, when I play with the Maidens, I have to readjust my playing style. But, you know, of course, a bit of yourself always comes through. And so I just always do my best to try and do him justice, because he's such an incredible player with very memorable solos.
But the stage presence, you know, he always has this smile.
Yes.
Do you have that smile?
I do without trying.
Yeah.
I do without trying, and I know some people are like, oh, you just smile. Like, that's not metal, you know? I'm like, but we're having a great time, and we have fun with each other, so how can you not? Especially when you see people out just having a great time singing the songs to you.
But when you talk about this, that you kind of had to adjust your technique to kind of fit him or his style, does that benefit you then in your own music as well? I mean, your solo material, do you take some of this in there, or you go back to being old Nikki?
I definitely would say, just overall, it's had a huge influence with all of the, all the harmonies and all of the dual leads. I love that. I love the back and forth dual leads and everything. But it definitely has influenced some of my stuff for sure, just because I play it so often.
Yeah. It kind of gets hard-coded into you somehow.
Yeah.
And you said in that interview that you were pushing for some new songs into the set list. Have you managed to push in something? Was there anything particular that you were hoping for?
We now are playing Loneliness of the Long Distance Runner.
Okay.
And that I think that's one of everybody's favorites, especially when you put something new in. It's new, it's exciting, it's fresh, something that the audience isn't expecting. We're also hopefully going to throw in eventually Tail Gunner.
Okay.
As something newer, because I know some people, people are asking for more Blaze songs and everything, but Linda makes our set list. She's in charge of the set list, and every show pretty much is different. Like we play almost a different set list close to every night, depending on the city, because we will never play the same set list twice in a row in one spot. So you'll get a much different show tonight
than what I've seen, because I've been spying a little bit. But then now, what I noticed also on this tour, and now you're telling me that I'm wrong because you play a different set every night. But there were 4 Paul DiAnno songs, and now with his recent passing, are you making that more visible somehow in the set list or something, or? Well,
we have. I think because we have our new girl Alyssa Day with us on this run, so she, we're getting more songs in her set list for her to know, so we can switch songs out. So we didn't mean to put 4 Paul DiAnno songs, but we at least play 2 or 3 usually, depending on, because Linda tries to get like songs from each album. And when he passed, we were, I think, flying back here from Spain, and we're like, oh my gosh, well, we have to do a tribute to him. So, and like right when it happened, we were doing a block of DiAnno with a tribute to him, and we're still doing a tribute to him, like with Remember Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so we do acknowledge his passing and try to do a tribute to him and do a moment for Paul and try to honor him. Yeah.
And you mentioned here before we started recording that he came and on stage with you guys. When was this? Is that a long time ago?
Oh gosh, we were trying to figure that out. I think it was maybe 2016 or so. So it's been a while.
Okay.
And they were shooting a documentary about Paul DiAnno, and they contacted us asking if he'd be able to come up and sing some songs with us. And we're like, that's not going to happen. And he did, and it was incredible. I know he sang Wrathchild.
Yeah.
And it was Wrathchild, and I think Iron Maiden, I think maybe. So it was incredible hearing his voice on stage with us. It was so surreal, and he was amazing.
Yeah, he was really. Now, you play this obviously for a long time, many years, day in, day out, different songs, different crowds. Is there any particular song that is more challenging to play, or anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, I guess probably, I think the solo for me in Caught Somewhere in Time is kind of tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it's just kind of, I don't know why. It's maybe the timing of it. Alexander the Great can be tricky, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, just because it's so long. We've actually been playing that on this run and trying to just remember, just the memorization
the sequences,
of, So maybe those 3 would probably be the more difficult ones to me, I guess.
But which one is the most fun one to play? Which one is the one that always gets you in the mood?
Power Slave.
Yeah.
I love the solos in that song, and I get 2 of them. So those are probably my favorite. And I love Egyptian stuff, so that one's my favorite.
That hits home.
Yes.
So you made that solo album last year, that kind of last autumn, right?
Yeah.
It's about a year ago.
It was October 30th, so just turned 1 year.
Yeah, and I mentioned that actually as an honorable mention in my best albums of the year from, let's say, female-fronted music. And I really liked that album. It was, but I didn't really know what to expect when I started because I knew you just from this band. And then I noticed when I was kind of prepping for this that you haven't really toured that album. I mean, you didn't really do a lot of gigs. It was like 8-9 shows.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go back to that now after this tour, or?
I sure would love to. That was my plan, just because life happens. I moved this year.
Okay.
I got to open for John 5 earlier this year. I played the Schecter Indie NAMM party, so it had some good momentum. And then I get so busy with the Maidens. And my husband plays guitar in it as well, and he plays for Lita Ford, so it gets hard to coordinate our schedules. And so I lost track of time, and I was like, well, things usually start dying down at the end of the year. I'm gonna do some shows at the end of the year, and not this year. The end of this year is crazy because we have this tour, and then the Maidens are going and opening for Zach Sabbath in the States for about a month. So I'll be home for 2 weeks. I leave for that tour after this tour. And then I'm home for like maybe a week and a half. And then I go out and support Marty Friedman on his upcoming tour.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
I'm like, okay, well that goes to March. So maybe
then you can
March or April, we can start trying to get some more solo shows going.
But by then you'll probably have a new album as well.
Well, my other band will have a new album out by then, Heaven Below. That album is practically finished. We're just trying to figure out a time to release it in between all this.
Wow, you're really busy. You're really, really busy.
I have to look at a calendar constantly to see when we can fit things in.
Yeah, I can imagine that. How is it? Just thought about it now because you told me you came here and you walked 10 miles today, and I mean, I guess this is slightly different from the US. I mean, when you're touring the US, you're not playing necessarily in the city centers everywhere and stuff like that. So do you enjoy this European tours from this side?
We so look forward to it because I try to look at where we're going to be, where the club is in relation to some
Yeah,
sites
what
to
to
go
see,
see.
yeah.
And we plan to get up early before sound check and see as much as we possibly can every time. So it's, yeah, like in the States, it's just, we were just saying that, it's just not the same.
No.
Yeah, we don't have this beautiful architecture. I mean, this to us, this is one of the most breathtaking cities. I mean, we went and did the stairs over here to the monument.
Yeah.
And just that view alone is, I mean, it's just breathtaking. Europe
it
is breathtaking with its architecture. And so we think something in America is old when it's 100 years old. So.
And it's 500-600 years old here, or even 1,000 years old, some of it, it's crazy. But I think people have very wrong idea about this touring life, because you just can't do this constantly and always be partying.
No, we really don't. I mean, it's we all wake up and we pour our little vitamin packets in our water and our coffee, and everybody's just chilling back. There's really the extent of it is like having a glass of wine or two after the show and just chilling. We really try to save our energy for sightseeing and just rocking out on the stage.
It's a hard work, it's like constantly on the road.
Traveling it's very tiring, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Like, we're so lucky to be doing this and thankful. And we're grateful for having you here. So thanks a million for taking the time. I know you guys are busy, so I'll enjoy seeing you on the stage. We look forward to it.
Doing the Dave smile.
Oh yeah, always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.